Recording is started.
Holly?
The meeting tonight is for the conduct of town business by the town board. The public is invited to participate at the items on the agenda for the time. During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or comment for the supervisor, please raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
Thank you very much, Holly. I'd like to start the meeting with the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for all our brave men and women fighting all over the world for democracy and freedom, and for all our first responders. Thank you.
I'd like to make an amendment to the agenda to add blacktopping at Sands Avenue. I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended. I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Motion to approve minutes from the July 26th, 2021 town board meeting.
Motion.
Need a second, gentlemen?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you. Authorize payment of bills. Bills in the amount of $917,431.54. Need a motion to pay the bills, gentlemen.
I make that motion.
Motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Comments on the agenda? Any comments on the agenda? We have no presentations today, so I'll do my brief supervisor report.
I could read it to you.
Supervisor report for August 2021. Met with Councilman Baker and Cheryl Nisi to discuss the DOT recommendations for traffic at the Milton Farm Market. That's moving quite well. We're waiting for some signs to come in. On the left turn, John Alonzi is working on that. Thank you, John. I met with Chief Cadosa, members of the Marlborough Community Pride Day Committee, and representatives of firework business and to discuss event preparations. That's on September the 25th. And that would start at 1 o'clock? Yes. That's going to be big doings. That's a community pride day. And then we'll keep you posted on that as we progress. Joint meeting with members of the Milton Train Station Foundation. That was to discuss the CFA matching grant. That's for the pavers outside of the train station. We're incorporating that in the CFA grant. TOMAC committee had a virtual discussion with a solar provider about installation of solar on a new community building. We decided that we weren't going to do that because it wasn't cost effective. Met with the Ulster County representative to Executive Pat Ryan, give him the right to appoint her with the work being done at the Milton Landing Park, the restoration of the Milton train station, and the work on the train station park. Great meeting. Met with the Tomback engineer and architect and members of the Tomback committee to discuss design issues. As I stated, we have the 3 contracts from Desmond, which around $800,000 to do that project. I met with United Exteriors to discuss prior quotes for Tomback roof and siding. That will made several trips to the Milton Landing Park to water new trees, just like everybody else, very concerned about the trees. They're looking good right now.
Yep.
And John started with the sprinkler system today. Several trips to Milton Landing Park to oversee progress at the South Park. Basically, they dug out the 20 by 20 form to pour concrete for the end. So we're getting close. I think within a week or so, we'll be sending out invitations to that great South Pier. Looks great, really excited. That's my building inspector, Mr. Clark.
Conference report, month in July 2021. Certificate of occupancy 4, requested from the extension 6, fire calls 2. Order of revenue 6, complaints 41, burn permits issued 15. Building permits, we have 15 burn permits, 1 carport garage, 8 decks, 5 electrical, 1 fireworks, 1 pool, 6 roofs, 3 sheds, 1 sign, 5 one-family houses, 3 solar, 1 wood stove, pellet stove. Total permits 50, estimated cost of building $1,429,076. Monthly revenues, certificate of occupancy 600, permit extensions of 11,71, building permits 6,265, request information 2,700. Burn permit fee 75 for a total monthly revenue of $10,811. Total gas usage 65 gallons, total miles of 1110.
So Tom, the reason I'm wearing a mask, I see that the numbers in Marlborough have gone up with the new Delta variant, up to 18.
18 active, 31, 5 plus 14.
So I'm very concerned about that. So I don't know what the county's gonna do about that as far as indoor. You know, the town of Marlborough, most people are, I think just about everybody's vaccinated, but you don't know who is and who isn't. So what's the county doing? Is there any suggestion for the local towns or?
The county's just taking means as of yesterday, had a report saying that enter the county buildings now, you would have to show proof of vaccination or wear a mask. So to enter, you have to show your proof of vaccination, whether it's in the passport or through your card, or you're gonna have to wear a mask in the building. So he started that protocol with the county right now, and I believe that's what he's going to basically filter down into the towns. That actually, again, it's probably going to be a little extra on somebody's part to actually now physically check that you've been vaccinated. Before everybody was on the honor system, but now with the county buildings, we're actually going to check before you come in and make sure you are vaccinated for proof. I'm going to believe that that's going to have that filtered down through the towns. So we'll almost be a requirement at the front door. So we can check in and do some vaccination. We do have it, and that's not.
So as a legislature, people watching this or listening to this, I think the board, and I don't know if the words are to me out, strongly advising people if you haven't gotten the vaccine, to get the vaccine.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, we've done a lot in Marlborough. We pushed it in Marlborough. We were fortunate enough to have the county come down a couple of times. We were fortunate enough to have Doc from the Woodstock Apothecary come down on multiple occasions. So we pushed that far here in Marlborough, get everybody vaccinated again. We do recommend people do get vaccinated. There will be precautions being put in place, almost deterrents now in other businesses and other facilities that are going to basically ask you to do what again the catch is mandated. You're either going to have to wear the mask or you're going to have to show proof. I believe the honor system is not working anymore.
And also, I put it on my Facebook that if you call the county, they'll actually come out to your house and vaccinate you.
They've started that process.
Yeah.
They've had it about a month. We've been doing that. We advertised it about a month ago, saying that if you did call up there, make an appointment, and you were physically not able to leave the house or even afraid to leave the house, that we would make an appointment to come to the house and do vaccination. So we've done.
We're doing everything.
110%. Ulster County, I gotta say, it really led the way in most of the state and all the counties. Pat and his department up there have done a fantastic job on leading the way, being the first and most of everything. Even when this started in March, we were the first to close the schools, we were the first to start doing things up there. He constantly stays on top of that. He's got a great bunch of people working underneath him, and we've become the first and the leader of pretty much everything that goes on up there. So yeah, this has come out, like I said, as of yesterday. Pat just put that out yesterday, your county executive, and actually showing it now instead of just announcing.
Yeah, I would think that everybody would want to get back to. The reason I'm wearing the mask tonight is I've been vaccinated, but I don't know who hasn't been vaccinated, and I have 6 young grandchildren, and that's starting to affect this new variant. It's starting to affect younger kids below the 12 who cannot get vaccinated. So that's my big concern. So I'm just putting it out there. The vaccine is available like crazy, right? And
Sure, there's no shortage of an opportunity to get vaccinated. You know, whether it's Walgreens, whether it's at the county site, whether they're coming to your house, it's fully available to anybody who wants it. So I mean, it is out there. It's not like in the beginning. There's no long lines. There's no waiting. There's no staying up to midnight to try to get your vaccination shot. So there's availability out there. So if you want it, it's there to be received. It's recommended, and like you said, it's more for the children under 12 who cannot get the vaccination, and people who have been vaccinated, for them not to pass it on to that group of children.
thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Thank you for all your work.
Good stuff.
So that's the message. Don't get vaccinated. Chief.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chief. Look at that smile on your.
Activity summary for the month of July 2021. Personal injury accident 6, fatal accident 0, property damage 13, for total of 19 for the month. Vehicle and traffic summons issued 29, parking violations 1. Claim activity for the month, total blotter entries 1,488 blotters, for a total of 32 arrests. Quite an uptick in arrests for the month. One thing I want to tell the public, even though the state made marijuana legal, it is still illegal to operate a vehicle after consuming. We've been seeing a huge uptick in DWAI, building carried by trucks. Whether the drug is legal or illegal, you cannot operate a motor vehicle, heavy equipment, so forth, under the influence. That's a majority of our arrests. On that note, Travis Merrick won the top cop award for Ulster County for the most DWI arrests in 2020. They'll be going up soon for an award ceremony in the Rotunda at the Sheriff's Court. Should be small but nice. And as of right now, they haven't changed it. Every day is a new adventure.
Right.
Overtime for the month, full-time dispatchers, 0, part-time dispatchers 24 for the month, others are attached. Police mileage 9,817 miles with a fuel consumption of 1,133.799 gallons. The other thing I wanted to touch base on real quick is Community Day, as is the plan right now as we are moving forward with it. And I think the plan is, unless the government or the CDC shuts things down, we're going to have it. People are more than welcome to wear masks to the Community Day. I'm sure participants will be wearing masks, and we'll follow all the guidelines and the preparatory work for that. Looking forward to seeing everybody. Should be a good time.
25th with the rain date to 26th.
That's correct. That's correct. Fireworks at 7:30. Park opens for the public at 1. There's going to be not vendors, there'll be displays from the DEC, the DEP, Sheriff's Office, State Police, out of Marlborough, Life Stack, which is a helicopter service, Ulster County Emergency Management will have a booth there. Sheriff's Department's going to have Oracle there, canine demonstrations from the State Police and the Sheriff's Department. DEC, trying to think, well, CSX is supposed to be there. Hannaford's is going to have a display. Should be lots of stuff to do. It's all free. We'll be serving food from 2 to 6 or 2 until we run out. We do have quite a bit of food put away for it. So please come. It'll be hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, cotton candy, popcorn, there'll be balloon animals, jumping house, and possibly a couple of carnival rides. We're not sure exactly what kind, but we do have a commitment. So when the date is a little closer, we'll know that. It's gonna be a day full of fun, and it's free, there's gonna be giveaways and take homes and all kinds of good stuff. So I urge everybody to come, spread the word. As soon as we get our flyer done, very soon, I hope we'll start putting that out on their social media and posting it where we post it. Should be a good.
So basically, it's for the Marlborough Community Pride Day, right?
That's correct.
And Pat Ryan's gonna be up there to acknowledge some people that help us during the Project Resilience.
That's correct.
Good to
A
go.
couple of awards to give out. On the low key, there'll be music playing by,
Not too real?
not too all too real, which is a local band. They're very good. They play at the Firehouse last week.
They play there again.
Before. Very, very good. That's, like I said, the big point is it's all for the fire departments are gonna be there. Both Milton and Marlborough, Mobile Life will be there. Huge displays, touch the trucks, we'll show you the equipment. It's gonna be our community day on steroids. It's gonna be phenomenal. Anybody that wants to participate, as long as you make it free to the public, come sit for food, let me know.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
very much.
Sounds great, Jerry.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah.
September.
September.
Thank you.
On another note, before that weekend, which is really a joyful event, on the 18th, we're going to do a remembrance of people who have lost loved ones during the COVID epidemic. Not only if they have passed because of COVID, but if for any reason there's been a lot of heartaches because of COVID-19 that loved ones couldn't see their loved ones during the pandemic. So that's on the 18th, and that starts at 7 o'clock. And Mr. Pacelli, Deacon Pacelli is going to be there. We're going to have some reflective music. And also, we're having the 2 libraries do a story board. So that should be good. And then the following weekend, we'll have the Marlborough Pride.
Gary, I know that event is on our website. Is the Community Day event on our website yet?
It is not on the website, it has a current work on the flyer.
Okay,
John Alonji should have that done shortly. within Thursday.
Yep.
We'll open this week.
sounds good.
Get it all on social media.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Chief. Great job. Appreciate it. As always. Highway Superintendent John Lawrence.
Always report. Report for July 2021. Roads and beginning of the month, we completed a big project with County Industries, which spent the remainder of the month installing millions on the shoulders and repairing driveway and newly paved roads. We also did blacktop repairs from drainage road cuts on Mountain Valley Road and St. Avenue. Drainage, we sent out a sweep for the plant to wash out caused by several storms that occurred this month. Brush like trees, we continue mowing Marlborough and Milton. We also mowed the landfill cap. Sent crews out to remove chip tree limbs and debris caused by thunderstorms. Town parks and 712, we bought 20 truckloads of homes to the St. Avenue parking lot. We also hauled topsoil and seed to the areas in IW and front of 10 Park. At 713, we assisted the water department on South Road with installation of the water tap. Shared services on 729 and 730, we sent over our crew on the phone mower to the town of Ulster to help clean the right of way so we can install 600 feet of pipe. Fuel usage, gas, and diesel, something must have wrong with these. They must have usage. So sure we'll get that from next week.
Thank you very much, Alan. Let's make sure. Sure. Next was Mr. Maggio, Water Superintendent. How are you doing today, Charlie?
Charlie.
Looks like you've been out in the sun.
Monthly report for July.
Our water consumption total of 16.9 million gallons, which is a daily use of 545,000 a day. Compared to last month, we had 17.4 million gallons, which is a daily use of 508. And compared to a year ago, we were about 18 million gallons, and daily usage was 581. Summary for the month: hydrants, we had to repair and rebuild hydrants on River Knoll Drive. Valve boxes, we had to repair valve boxes on Van Orden and one on North Road. Service line, we had 3 service line inspections on Orchard View Drive and one on South Street. Curb boxes, we had to repair on Mohawk Drive. Water main, we had to install a new tap on South Street with the help of the highway department. Meters, we had to repair meters at the highway, at the Marlborough High School, at St. Mary's Church, and one at Marlborough Falls. We assisted the county in paving by installing water valve risers and sewer risers on Western Avenue. Service line inspections, we had 4, closings 5, markouts 25, gallons of gas used 250, and mileage of the month was 1,800.
Thank you, Charles. I'd like to thank you and your men for all the work down at Sands Avenue. Great job, appreciate it.
Well,
And what a great job on those hydrants. That's a work of art.
we're starting paint hydrants, and we're putting color coded bonnets for the fire hydrant. Some of them mean how many gallons are pumping a minute, like the blue means about 1,500 gallons a minute. Green is from 1,000 to 1,500 gallons per minute. Orange, which is 500 to 1,000 gallons a minute, and then there's red, which is 0 to 500. I'm looking into purchasing some reflective colors that there'll be blue for the blue caps and red and orange for the different colors to how many gallons per minute. We have regular reflective tape, but I'm trying to do it a little bit different. This way it'll help out both fire districts.
Thank you very much, Charles. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you, Mr. Mateo. Holly?
Town clerk knows the report for July 2021, for ordinance 1 for $90, conservation $1110.78, road licenses 33 for $185, transfer station permits 2 for $75, punch cards 32 for $2,140, marriage licenses 2 for $35, building department fees 1 for $18,325.80. Fire fees 1 for $320, camp fees 13 for $3,150, high street works 17 for $92.50, for alarm fees 2 for $40, certified copies 7 for $400, letter request 1 for $2.50, minor sales 1 for $100, park fees 5 for $1,700. For a grand total of $28,166.58.
Thank you, Colleen. We're doing pretty good with the pavilion at the Poet Chance Memorial Park. Huh?
Due to COVID, everybody's getting out. Yeah, since because people have parties now, September's booked, August, every month is booked, so.
Yeah.
And people, we have to turn people away. So somebody's going to the train station.
That's good.
Right,
It's
so
even better.
It's nice to see people being able to celebrate awards.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, water quality management, it's August 6, 2021. The month of August 2021, both the Marlborough monthly work should not be July.
August 6, 2021.
Right.
Yes,
It's
July.
July. So the month of July 2021, both the Marlborough and Milton wastewater treatment plants compiled with all the speed requirements, following monthly statistics for both plants. Marlborough, average daily flow is 109,000 gallons per day, about 62% design capacity. Average BOD removal is 99%. Average suspended solids removal is 93%. Milton Waterways Treatment Plant. Average daily flow is 32,000 gallons per day, about 60% design capacity. Average BOD removal is 99%. Average suspended solids is 99% also. Both the Marlborough and Milton treatment plants operate normally during the month of July without any major changes or events. We have completely finished working on the Marlborough greenhouse roof. All the materials provided by Enco Plastics fit perfectly and will hopefully last another 30 years. Having the roof finished will now allow us to make more use of the greenhouse, ultimately save money on trucking out the sludge. We also noticed that the aeration line at the Milton facility has become severely rusted and is in danger of failing. This airline is integral to the treatment process and should be addressed in the near future. I will contact Rapid Pump and meter to see if there's something they could help with. But I have a feeling it is too big of a job. Overall, both wastewater treatment plants are in good working order, but are getting older. If you need any additional information, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you, Julian Falco, Water Quality Manager.
Thank you. As you know, we received half of our monies from the Biden rescue plan. So we're working on, along with Dennis Lagers, myself, Councilman McCann, with the Marlborough plant, and also we're addressing some of the issues at the Milton plant. So we received that money, I think it was $438,000. That would be off a little bit, something like that. But that's great for our infrastructure, so our folks goes to nature facilities, the Marlborough facility. So, but we are definitely working on it. Town of Marlborough dog control. So, dog report. Monthly report 7/1/2021 to 7/31/21. We received a total of 60 calls this month, including calls to service from the town of Marlborough Police, New York State Police, and Ulster County Sheriff. Responded to 6 active complaints and 4 cases which are now closed as resolved. We currently have 2 open cases or complaints. We encountered 0 stray dogs this month. No apparent tickets were issued this month. There was 1 dog bite reported this month. We have a potential dangerous dog case under investigation. But I just saw the dog thing. I noticed that at the dog park, things are a lot better. I appreciate that, people. Please take your garbage out. You have coffee, take the coffee cups with you if you have any drinks. The pail is there just for the dog's pieces. So I appreciate you doing that, and things are looking really good there. All right. Assessor's office, Ed.
Okay, town board from Cindy Hilbert, CC Colin Booker, August 6, 2021. July 4, 2. We prepared 7 tax estimates. We have started our field review of recent sales and data collection. We processed 27 sales. We have 6 more claims filings which will be scheduled by the small claim hearing officer.
Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome.
Ed.
Next one is
Yes.
planning board.
Planning board review, Mr. Baker.
Planning board review for July 2021. There were $1,000 and that $1,030 in application fees, $2,103.61 in escrow fees, $2,000 in recreation fees, and $5,126.90 in invoices. Meeting on July 5th was held at 7:30 p.m. It was canceled though. The next scheduled meeting was July 19th, 7:30 p.m. Everybody was present. They approved the stenographic meeting minutes for 5/17, 6/7, 6/21. Approval for the above minutes was granted unanimously. First item was an Airbnb at 95 Millhouse Road, Marlborough, public hearing site plan. The board reopened the public hearing and heard from several interested parties regarding the proposed application. The application was approved via resolution by all in attendance. Next item was Henry's Farm to Table on 220 North Road, Milton, sketch site plan. The board reviewed the applicant's initial proposal. The plans lacked several technical requirements and will require modification. The board requested detailed architectural plans for additional review. Next item was Cheever's Bed and Breakfast on 49 Cross Road in Milton. This is a sketch site plan review. Neither the applicant nor their representative were present. However, the board reviewed the technical comments provided by the engineer and will forward it to the applicant. Additional business, the board discussed revising the application for streamlined lot line revisions. Member Garofalo will forward a revised application to all board members for discussion at the next meeting. Next deadline is Friday, July 23rd. Next scheduled meeting is Monday, August 2nd. Respectfully submitted, Chris Brandt, Chairman, Town of Marlborough Planning Board.
Thank you, Mr. Baker.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
Okay.
There is nobody on the Zoom other than us right here, so just so you know.
Okay. It's unfortunate too, because I don't know what happened with the local paper, but we haven't seen Mark Reynolds, and he's always been a great supporter of letting people know what's happening, so just have to call those that are,
Yeah, I sent notices to him and
see what's going on, because Catherine is not on the Zoom.
not yet.
Okay, I'll take care of that tomorrow. Before there's a committees, recreation committee. I think the chief just discussed about the Marlborough Community Pride Day for the 25th of September, rain date 26th, 25th fireworks, 26th fireworks. To be a great time. Any other recreation? I would say also great reviews on the town park camp. I never received that many great reviews. It was gratifying to me and all the people that worked hard to get that going. So thank you to everybody. And I think next year we'll see what happens. But I think we're moving forward. They did a great job. A lot of people were saying their kids were disappointed that the camp ended. That's a good one. So thank you, everybody, for all the effort of, especially your sport, supporting the camp. Don't have to do next. Emerging Awareness Committee.
Nothing to report.
No report. Yeah. A report on the CAC. IT Committee. Chief.
Yes, sir. Let's start with the camera project first. This is the most recent. Precision's been contacted. Equipment on paper has been executed. Equipment's on order. We might start wiring by the end of the week. The garage of the park. And moving to the pavilion. And then here. So I think I'm in order and on order. Update on the situation at police department. Contacted Genentech, which is a company that installed our generator in the train system. They confirmed what Mr. Williams told them. Some diagnostic work. They were able to do something to those fingers because the situation has stopped. But they recommend placement of those fingers. $2,600. It's more than just fingers, there's other parts in there as well. Those parts have been that repair's been approved, paperwork gets to that as far as I'm aware. Did follow up with the employee, shared an estimate with him. He says they're right on point. I need one, since they're a Gentech dealer, we have a Gentech transfer switch. Them getting the parts when they buy it and anybody else. They're a dealer of products and doing the parts first. Not that it's gonna be easy to get the parts of all because everything is on. Going back to it, but they are on the biggest priority since it's on the power source, just gonna be. Camera system at train station. There are 4 cameras down there currently. One of the 4 cameras is not currently working. We have 2 additional cameras we were going to add. We made arrangements, I made arrangements as well. Go ahead and do that. He's looking for a cooler day since we have to have it up there. So we're waiting for a cooler day to start. We can bring the machine out so we can get up there, check the 1 camera that's broken, install 2 additional. That's all.
There's, physically broken.
We're not sure. It's black on the DVR, but it's mounted up on the roof, so I can't even get a ladder to it. One, I'm the way it's mounted. So it stopped working around the time of being beaten. It's a very inexpensive connector, and I see it's kind of hanging a little bit from the ground. I'm assuming maybe the connection's bad, it got corroded a little bit. I'm not exactly sure if the camera's bad yet. But as soon as we get the equipment down there to get up in the air, I'm going to turn it very easily by switching out one of the cameras. We have it to see if it works. If it does, it's the camera. If it doesn't, it's a line problem. But I'm thinking it's a line problem. But hopefully we'll get that fixed soon and up and running, and then we should go progress. We did have a sewer line problem last week. School had to hire a company to come in. Basically, some of the lower level occupants were flushing lights down the toilet. Apparently, 200 lights close to clog and freeze pipe. And quite extensive snake. Big power snake that brought in. They were able to fix it, but we were out. But it's basically good to go. The only other issue I'm aware of down here is a lighting issue in the parking lot. School was made aware of it this morning. They sent somebody down today. They did some testing and something with the timer. Reevaluate.
Thank you very much, Chief.
Good job, Jerry.
Good job. Nook Train Station Foundation, like I said in my report, we met. A lot of people are on vacation, so we just need to confirm the amount of money that is going to be match for our CFA grant for the pavers in front of the train station. And we got that match. It was like $50,000 they were willing to spare. The other thing was in contact with CSX because the train station foundation people like Peter Hoffman are very interested in trains. So we had a gentleman there that looked to actually put the trains on this broadcaster, so we would have a camera. And we would look at the choo-choo trains coming from the south and from the north. There was a telephone pole that was ideal. I thought it was ours, but it was actually CSX. So a gentleman came and looked at it and told us we couldn't use it before, so it was very close to the track. So we're going to reevaluate that, and if it's a problem, we don't want to properly get down there to steel. So I think that'll happen. There's a lot of interest in this. People really like to see those trains go by and sit in their house and just check it out. So, and that'll be on their dime. So that's good stuff. Milton Landing Citizens Committee.
He touched on it, here's coming along, everybody's happy. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll have some kind of brand new trip together.
Yeah, just to tag on to that, tentatively, us looking at a September 10th date for that ribbon cutting. I have to verify that with some other people, but as Al said, we should hear more about that later this week once I nail that date down. So, yeah. The other thing, Al, you mentioned the CFA. I want the CFA for the Lower Park area has been submitted. Thank you to Jerry and Rosemary Wine on
John
July.
Behan.
Jean Behan, yeah, but he got paid, so. Anyway, just so that's out there. Thanks again to those folks.
Yeah, so Alan, you're right, that's, like in my report, that's very exciting to see that all happen. I was down there today, they actually like dug that 20 by 20 out, and I gave him the information to call Mr. Corcoran, the building inspector, to make sure that that's inspected tomorrow. And, so we're moving forward. They've done a lot. They've progressed quite a bit in the last week or two. Talking to Randy, they actually got me doing most of the work. So that's great news. Marlborough Hamlet Economic Development Committee, no report.
Only thing I want to say there, Al, is, you know, the Marlborough Trail is really part of that effort. And
Right.
we did have, one of the things we're concerned about in the Marlborough Trail is the washout that occurred, I think in December, that rushed down to a lower portion of the trail. So we want to try to prevent that in the future. So we're looking at a greenway grant to try to control the flow of water down that gully that appeared during Hurricane Irene, probably several years ago. And so we had a meeting with Matt Kierstead and Steve Bianco and a guy from the Jolly Rover organization who are experts on trail maintenance and construction, and walked through the whole trail, and they gave us a lot of suggestions as to how we could mitigate some of those problems. And we're going to move forward with a grant application at Greenway to try to get some of this done. So more to follow on that. So anyway, it was a good meeting. Really good to meet that Jolly Rover guy who really knew what he was talking about. And Steve Bianco too.
Yep. Thanks for reminding me about that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
So we did get a report from Meet Me in Marlborough.
Meet Me in Marlborough, just a quick report on that. I think some of you guys know about this, but there's going to be a meeting held on August 18th to discuss the possibility of river tours from the New Milton Pier. This is more details to follow. This is something that BJ's been talking about and looking into. So we'll have more information about that on the 18th. They already held a meeting with Josiah Brown, as a marketing consultant, to talk about ways to improve their marketing techniques with members. And I think they're going to meet with him again. I don't think that's been scheduled yet. They're working on a poster to show all the members on one single map so that can be displayed in prominent locations in the town and region. So if you're at one location, you can say, okay, the next place we might want to go to and Meet Me in Marlborough membership is here. And it'll direct them to that. Farmers market, it's going strong, I think. Each Saturday they have about 10 vendors present. The Milton Library was there this last week, I think, participating with a book donation booth. Sheila always is aware of getting out information about events in the town. So she has sort of a welcome center, brochure rack, bulletin board in place there at the farmers market. And the parking improvements that were made seem to be working, and I think there's more to come. But that's just a synopsis of things that I spoke to her about this morning.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hamlet and Milton Association Committee,
No report.
Transportation, I think it's running great.
Yeah, no report.
No report. All right, going to old business. We talked about the Tomback building. The contracts for $800,000 from school state Senator Scott Thomas and Mr. Jacobson, Senator Jacobson. So we're moving forward with that. Had a couple of good meetings.
Did we discuss the roof on that? I think we did, right? We're going to do it. Missing a lot of shingles.
Yeah, we got a good price the last time. It was around $34,000.
Yeah.
So I had a meeting with the guy this, actually, you know, it's just to get a feel of what things are gonna cost, because everything has to go out for bid. But he seemed to think that, you know, he had warehouse a lot of shingles, and he didn't think the price was gonna change that much.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so that's moving forward, talking with our engineer and architect. Water district improvement, no report. I talked about the time of remembrance, that's September 18th, that's at 7 o'clock at the Stewart, at the Stewart Chance Memorial Park. Rain date is the 19th. We talked about the South Pier update. I have no new business. Anyone have any new business? Okay. I do have one correspondence. This is from dear Mr. Lanzetta. With your permission, the Marlborough United Soccer Club would like to request use of the lower round pond for chance soccer field for our fall 2021 recreation youth soccer program. Saturdays in September, October from 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. The specific dates are 9/25, 10/9, 10/16, 10/23, 10/30, 11/6, tentative rain date of 11/13. Also, the Marlborough Youth Boys Soccer Club would like to use the lower field on Wednesday and Friday nights from 6 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. and Sundays from 12 noon until 5 p.m. March through June. Regarding insurance, we are a member of the East Hudson Youth Soccer League, and it will be provided through the league for the field and players. It is currently on file with the town clerk. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And that's Mrs. Benson, Marlborough Youth Soccer Club, and these dates are the most. Yeah.
That's the first day of the month.
Yeah.
They can do it 26.
They'll have to do it on Sunday.
You gotta wait.
Nine
Make sure you have
25.
your radio 26 too. Just tell them.
Yeah, 9/25 would be, yeah, that'll be ours in 9/26, but they don't have, they had 10/9, 10/16. The other days look pretty good.
Right, but we gotta make sure.
9/25 is the community.
Right. If you don't do it, tomorrow, just-
That weekend is, weekend.
Thank you. Thanks, Chief.
So you have- Done.
Yes, I'll make that motion and we accept that with the,
So,
All in favor?
I,
So moved. Thank you, gentlemen.
Also, we didn't discuss the laptop.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Oh.
I should have did it in new business. You're correct. Thank you very much. So right now, thank you very much, Colleen. Mr. Pullen is down there doing the electrical. He's down there this morning. I saw him putting in the ditch line for the electrical, for the pole, for the light, and other things. And so once that's done, the whole schedule is to pave that area. And so we did receive 2 quotes for the paving. John sent a letter saying he's tried to get that third quote. He's been trying for 2 months. People are busy, can't get the third quote. So as long as I have that letter from John, the auditors would have no problem. So that being said, the 2 quotes, one was for $23,350. And the other one was for $24,693. $0.50. The lowest quote, $23,350, I cannot vote on because full disclosure, it's DeBella Paving, which DeBella Seal Coating LLC, which is my son. So I recuse myself from that. So would somebody make a motion for the lowest bidder for the paving and same area?
Make a motion to go to the lowest bidder for the paving on Sands Avenue.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Each,
Once again, I recuse myself.
so you abstain.
My son-in-law. So I just want to make that very clear. Thank you. I have one resolution. Oh, public comment. Anybody have a public comment? Everybody happy out there? Any public comments? Okay,
There's nobody still on the Zoom. So.
nobody on the Zoom. Okay, it's gonna be a nice early evening. All right, so resolution 68 to transfer funds, Supervisor Lane. Supervisor Lane said the proposals following, whereas the town board needs to approve the transfer of funds. We resolved that the town board of the town of Marlborough hereby approves the following transfer of funds. To transfer $287,895 from the Highway Heavy Equipment Fund DA.0230.004 to Cash Fund DA.0200 to come to cost for a 2021 Tobacco Sweeper, TYMCO, and moves for its adoption.
Councilman Ronco,
Yes.
Councilman King,
Yes.
Councilman Baker.
Yes.
Supervisor Gonzalez.
Absolutely, yes. And moving forward. Nice early. Alan, what did you say?
I just want to bring up, I don't know if I can get I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Need a second on that?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
All right.
So moved. Thank you very much, everybody.
I'm going to end the recording.